Whoa. Whoa. This is Minifigure Illusion reporting from somewhere on Brick Ship Earth. How's it going, everyone? Oh, wait, I don't have a camera on. There we go. Whoa, this is Minifigure Illusion reporting from somewhere on space Brick Ship Earth. Pew, 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 pew. Well, we're here for the final part of the building of the Mos Eisley Cantina. Let me get the chat opened up over here on the account. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe. Links down below if you want to support the channel, all that good stuff. Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're gonna build some Legos and hang out, chat, and see where it goes. We don't have any real agenda here on this channel except to click bricks. We're just clicking bricks. It's funny, I don't get any notices to it, my own channel I'm subscribed to when I switch accounts. All right, here we go. Bam. I'm going to change the picture. So where are we, dude? And bricks. It's funny, I don't. Megan from Japan. What's happening, Dan Z? So where are we, dude? We're about to wrap up the end of the old Mos Eisley Cantina here, which is it's going like extra long, dude. It had this back build in here, the I don't know, the Jawas hut. I don't know what it is, dude, but it's a little back build going on back here. We got this whole thing going on here, and it's 10:30 Pacific Standard Time. We got the little shuttle ship right there, and then we got Greedo's little saucer, and then we got the saddle for the dewback right there, and shoo shoo, we're here, and we're gonna build the last book. So that's kind of this. I'll do a full review of this here tomorrow. I know Owl has some stuff to say about it, but fantastic set. I will say that it is quite a fantastic set. And let's see, let's get a little bit more of my mug on there. So there it is, the book, the big book. It's got a couple doors that operate right there. Swing. Island, man. How'd that house fire go next to you, dude? And we missed a bowl cut or two recently. Yeah. We did it. We did our bowl cut video. What's going on, Brett 2100? We are on the final number bag, 18. All in all, this set took like 4 months to build. 17, we passed by that. We built the little hut. Getting ready to take the dog for a late night stroll. There you go. Grateful Ed, what's happening? Good to see everybody here tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button. Not good. A 12-year-old got stuck upstairs. Uh-oh. That's kind of hectic. Brick Streams is the secret location. Minor lizards, side of tinfoil, endless popcorn. That's right, Gunler, dude. I'm feeling like we might. I'm feeling a little tinfoily tonight. More tinfoil than reptile. Didn't make it. Oh, that's gnarly, dude. That's across the street, huh? That's hectic, dude. Off of the ASMR part of this video. Here's my tinfoil. Here's my tinfoil hat. The plastic Lego bag. We got some, looks like we got a stash of parts for 18. Summer is hot. Ducking in McDonald's to soak up the AC. Not working at my house. Literally right behind my house, I have an article link if anyone wants to see the damage. Yeah, shoot over the link there, Island. Let's take a look at what went on next door. Sounds hectic. All right, let's see. We are making a Lego dude right now. We are making a Girandan. A Girandan is the member of a long-snouted caboose species from the planet Kabindi. He has made a living as an Imperial informant during the Galactic Civil War. In Star Wars New Hope, he tracks out R2-D2 and C-3PO to docking bay 94, where they make the narrow escape from the Millennium Falcon. Oh, this dude. Yeah, this guy's a rat. Rat. He's a rat, man. Let's see. It's trippy. His face is like a low. Look at the piece for his face. Well, let's check out Island Ryland's. What happened at Island Ryland's house? All right. Still, yeah, it's been getting a little bit crazy out there. That's a cool minifigure right there, dude. Look at that dude, the rat. Interesting. Oh, he needs a pew pew. Pew pew. We'll just put him on the roof. Right there. All right, let's check out Island Riley and see what happened over in the let's see, dude. I should take this plastic bag off my head. It's kind of a look, right? Is that and see, it's not tinfoil when you're doing Lego, it's plastic bag. Let's see. Police can get Norton House explosion fire, dude. Norton, VA, dude. Early Sunday explosion that left one dead. Are you by Steve Oatley, dude? Are you by Steve Oatley, dude? Isn't that dude? He was in Virginia. Something blew up next to him, too. The adults escaped. Hectic. It's propane gas. Gnarly, dude. Is there no pictures, though? Huh. All right. Well, there's this. Listen to the article. Okay, we got it. Norton, we know where you live now. You live next to the wreckage of the burned down house in Norton, Virginia. All right, let's get clicking. Let's get clicking, yo. Hectic, dude. Our tinfoil hats have been solid bricks for 2 years now. I always click some bricks. That was the code word. Click some bricks. That's it. Should be. I didn't get any pics at the top. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me see there. Going back. I'm going back. Pulling back in. Oh, all right. Wait. It's not giving me the. Here, wait. One of two. Oh, wait. That's giving me some audio recording. It's weird. No, I'm not getting any pics. It's holding out on me, dude. It's still downloading. Maybe that's what it is. I got this, the slows here. The slow. Oh, there it is. Okay. Huh. Gnarly. That looks like a night ruiner. That's a bummer. Rest in peace, small child, dude. Rest in peace, man. Hectic, dude. Well, that's gnarly. Well, I don't look very smart when I'm reading there, do I? That mouth hanging open. What's going on, Julie? Nick G. Greetings from the Londoner. Today in the countryside surrounding Berlin. Good for you. Got away. Got out of the old UK for a hot moment. Good for you. So let's see. So today we went to church, and it was a good sermon today. It was all about discernment. It was a very good sermon about discernment today. And so there's the update. Let's get to clicking. That's right, Island. That's right. We're clicking, dude. So yeah, we went down that rabbit trail for a minute. So let's see. I'll get it up right there. But went to church today. It was a good sermon. It was like, because I guess the schools start back up around here in this Wednesday. School's back in summer. So it's all about, discernment and protecting your children. And like I'm listening to the pastor and I'm like, dude, like, who's crazy enough to be sending their kids to public schools right now? Jiminy crickets. Super hectic. I'm not going to get into that, dude. Like, that's just a whole rabbit trail of debauchery, dude, that I don't really need to concern myself with, because we're homeschoolers, man. Like, we be homeschooling. Thank God. God has blessed us with homeschooling. But yeah, so we went to church. It was a really good sermon. I came home, had lunch, and I've been working on this door, dude. So I'm making a door for the bunkhouse, like the bathroom door inside the bunkhouse. And I'm taking so what I'm doing is I'm cutting my old fencing, the old wood that's been out there for like 30 years. I'm cutting it into like strips and fillets. And I made this door where I'm making a piece of art out of it, dude. kind of an experiment I'm running to see if I could do it. And I'm thinking it's going to be pretty good. It's funny, like I had made a couple mistakes and then I was like, dude, like let it roll, dude. Like imperfection's the secret to perfection. So I was out there making the door and I'm like 3 pieces short from finishing, man. Like I got pretty close to the finish line and you know, but I didn't finish. Tomorrow's the big finish. Yeah, the plot. Oh yeah, you definitely should, Gunler, just to like props. Well, I don't know. The CDC has come out with the new thing, says we don't need to worry anymore. It was all a scam. It was all just a giant scam, dude. Go figure. Who could have seen that coming? Jiminy crickets. So yeah, it was a productive day doing some woodworking and you know, kind of getting that groove going. I like pulled a muscle right here though. It's kind of bugging me a little bit. Sand and drywall. I think I went a little hard in the drywall department there. But so anyway, that was good. But on the more what's happening, Vincent Ray's. So back to the I think we're gonna get a little tinfoily right now. Maybe. I'm not sure. Trying to feeling it out, dude. Feeling out where I'm going, dude. But so on Sunday nights, this dude I know started this like meeting. It was kind of an AA meeting, but it sort of turned into a sort of a truther meeting. It's like an AA meeting for like sober truthers, dude, right? Sober like kind of like diamond souls, but they're not quite diamond souls, dude. They haven't not quite there yet, dude. But so anyway, I've been hitting this meeting on Sundays for like 6 weeks now. And so it was funny, like the one dude was talking about how, you know, the CDC released their new advisory, which was basically that it's all been a hoax for the last couple years, right? Like it was all a hoax, dude. Like the CDC has finally like just been like, okay, it's all over. Like everybody go about their business. It was all scam. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. So much so like, I mean, like anybody else, like this dude, myself, like I've been thinking about it the last couple of days, you know, like I've taken a lot of heat over the last couple of years for not, you know, I lost huge, you know, a bunch of subscribers and, you know, the whole thing, dude. Like, you know, I took the financial hit to play the game and, you know, my channel just kind of has been frozen over the last couple of years, but whatever. But, you know, I was thinking about like the friends that I used to, yeah, you got it, Dowser. And so I was, you know, it was like yesterday I was drywalling and I was just thinking about like the bros that, you know, went sideways on me, dude, because they were, you know, so convinced that the powers that be were like legit. And, you know, I was like, no, dude, they're not legit. And, you know, they basically told me I was a kook, didn't know what I was talking about, blah, blah, blah. You know, many of you have had similar experiences, I'm sure, over the last couple years or a year ago, because I think most of us stopped telling anybody anything about any of it anymore, you know, like whatevs, dude, like teach his own. And so this is weird how this is on here. More will be revealed. So I was so this dude, these dudes were talking about this today, and I was, you know, I've been thinking about it too lately, because like, you know, there's bros I got that are like, I guess we were never really bros, dude, if you know what I mean. Like they took their route and just couldn't do it with grace. You know, like that's the one thing I'll say, like, and I gotta always remind myself of this, is like, hey, we're all adults here, everybody make their own decision. But you know, they had all these people making these decisions that were like making me the bad guy for making my decision, right? And you know, it was a pretty, like, we were all there, like it was a pretty wild ride, not falling for it, right? You had to really, like, you know, keep your mental game strong. So anyway, I was thinking about this the last couple of days, and then these dudes were talking about it tonight at the yeah, sure, let them come, they go. Yeah, sticking to our guns. But so I was thinking about the you know, these dudes were talking about this tonight, and you know, it's funny because they're not quite as mellow about it as, let's say, I am. Like I'm pretty much just like, whatever, dude, like you're the one who's tripped out, I'm not tripped out, dude. I'll tell you what. Ow. Ooh, ooh, ow. Ugh. That like I'm not all tripped out about it, dude. Like I'm like, whatever, dude, to each his own. But these dudes are like sort of like not fully awake. They're still into the like truther awakeness, right? Like there's like being a truther and then there's being awake, you know, because if you're stuck on being a truther, you're still kind of asleep in my book, you know, because like the truther thing's just another like honey pot, honey trap, whatever, what do they call it? Honey trap, right? So, you know, they're still on that like, you know, I can't believe it type of vibe. And I'm like, dude, you can't be a truther and be surprised by it. Yeah, 2 years and the TV finally mentions the immune system. And then I know. And it's like, but it's that weird thing, is like they were sort of shocked that nobody's going to like apologize to them. And I was like, apologize to you for what? For being right? Like in their brains, they still will never admit that you were right, which in itself is just crazy, but whatever, man. And so I was thinking about it, but it kind of got me going a little bit, like in that like weird space of thinking about what went on the last couple of years, man. And like, what a wild ride the last couple of years were. I mean, if you really think about like the insanity that went down, like the mental abuse that went down over the last couple of years. And now it's just like, oh well, you know, like you don't need to go into isolation. You don't need to do anything. You can just, you know, you can just go about your business. It's sort of like, wow, man, like that's pretty crazy, dude, like in a weird way. I mean, I don't know why. It's like standard, really, but I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from the evil creeps that run the system. But it was just weird, like, listening to these dudes talk about their thing and then just sort of like having to be the voice of reason, right? Because I went into the big like talk about like you got to be in forgiveness, man. Like you got to like forgive all these people, like just because like they don't have the ability to see through the hustle. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that like they choose to be like victims to this thing. Like they're not strong enough, they're weak. They're weak, and it's okay, man. And like, let them off the hook a little bit, as much as as much as you would like to be able to have somebody go, you know what, dude, like you weren't crazy, but whatever. I've been just sort of in that weird space of like, wow, like that's all it took. They just sent out a little press release and yeah, big build. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Some family took it, but nobody really cared. I told them it wasn't a good idea. Nobody's taking it now. Some of my best friends didn't take it. Yeah, it's just it was just that, like, you look back on it, like, what a weird thing, dude. Like, it's that, like, here we are. It's like, it's hard to believe that anybody got that weird about anything. I think some people must kind of be a little bit ashamed of how they reacted. Like, I remember that dude who put up that art that was calling all of us like assholes and oops, like people were really pretty uncool about some of this stuff. And yet, the reality of it is they're never ever going to have the courage to like call you up and be like, hey man, like I just wanted to let you know, like I was wrong, you were right, and I treated you terribly and I apologize. Like, but it was funny talking with these dudes tonight. Like that's like they're still like in that weird thing of like kind of shocked by it all. And I was like, why would you be shocked by that? That no one's going to apologize to you? Like what is so shocking about that? Like, that's what would you expect from people that condemned you in the first place? And it kind of goes back to what our pastor was talking about at our church today. He's like, you can't expect people to like you who hate your savior. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of a trippy way to put it. Like people that hate God or don't even acknowledge God, why would you expect them to like be nice to you when like they hate God? And I'm like, wow, that's kind of like a trippy way to put it. Like, why? Yeah, if you don't like God, why would you like me? You know what I mean? Like, duh. Like, of course you wouldn't, dude. So it was just sort of this weird, interesting exercise today of like really letting it go, because I've been kind of tripping out lately, not on that, so to speak, but just the new energy it's here. And so one of the dudes, yeah, they don't want to admit they're weak, and I don't get it, dude. It's like, it's okay, like it's not that big of a deal, but whatever. What are you gonna do, dude? I don't know. But so this dude also was talking about how he just did a big road trip, right? He took a road trip up Utah, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, California, and back, right? He took a bit, and he's like, dude, everywhere I went, there was like there weren't enough employees to keep like businesses open and stuff. Is that the same for everybody out there? Like, are you guys noticing that everything's understaffed? He was going like everywhere I went, like places were closed because they didn't have enough staff. And he's like, everything was like understaffed, and like everywhere was, they didn't have enough employees. And so he was like, what's going on, dude? Like, what, do you have any idea of like, why is it like going on? And I was like, like, I don't know on a certain level, but I do. I mean, I just thought it was an interesting, because this dude just went in like gave like a field report from his travels around like, the greater Northwest of the United States. And he was like, dude, like businesses are closed all over because there's not enough staff. And I was like, yes, I hear everyone is hiring with no takers. My friend owns 2 restaurant bars and it's hard to get people to work. Okay, so it's not just this dude, right? So it's going on everywhere, right? And I was like, I think what's going on. Remember how like in the beginning of the thing, they were like inflating all the numbers? Like that's what I was thinking about. Like, I mean, I remember watching like the things of like, the graphs from the World Health Organization about like, what was going on around the world and stuff. And, what was going on in Italy and all these places. Right. And I was talking to this dude and I was like, I think what's going on is that, remember how in the beginning of the thing a couple years ago, they were inflating all the numbers, dude. They were inflating all the numbers to, to get the numbers up. And it was just anybody, there was all the thing with like dead motorcycle riders coming in and bots everywhere, dude. And, they were inflating all the numbers. And I was like, what I think they're doing right now is, I don't think they're reporting any of the numbers. I literally think that they've targeted like huge swaths of like people that aren't really noticeable, and they're gone. Like they're literally like got the hot shot and they're out and they're never to return. I think that like that's what I think's going on. Is I think the number of people that are gone is pretty high in the United States. I think that's what's really going on is there's a lot of people that are no longer here, but they're not being reported. Like, there's all the numbers of the people that are reporting. But I mean, I think there's a whole level of it of people that are just gone, dude. That like, or the NPCs that haven't been rebooted, or the program hasn't, since the cuff started, people are thinking they can work a lot less. Nah, it's not that. There's like a lot less people. I've noticed it around, like just in general too. Is I think they're gone. I think they've just been like, because you wouldn't know. Like most people think that like that everything is like it is in Los Angeles, right? Like most people don't get like that a lot of the reporting of people you see comes from like a couple major urban hubs, that like you don't really get a lens into like most of the country. Like, let's just stick with the country. Like I'm tinfoil hatting, right, dude? The coof was an experiment for Sleepy Man's. I don't. That's the sleepy man's not even an entity involved in any of that. That's just a placeholder, dude. He's got nothing to do with it, dude. That's like, it's got that's like sideshow stuff, dude. I think that like at the end of the day, like there's a mass. Yes, the life insurance things are. No, I know what you're saying, Griffith, about the life insurance actuaries. That's pretty well known stuff too, dude. That like when you look into the life insurance thing, they know people aren't here too. That's what I'm saying is like there's a lot of numbers moving around, but if you wouldn't know, follow the money, but there is no money, dude. That again is like a rabbit trail to nowhere too, because there is no money. Like the money's gone. Like follow the money. The money's going over to Eastern Europe, dude. There is no money. Like that's another ruse too. I mean, I think you can feel it, dude. If you really like, I think we all know what they're doing, dude. And it's like, it's game on, dude. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. But I think that I think they're just doing what they said they were going to do for a long time, dude. Check out Eddie Bravo and Jim Brewer's podcast. He talks about LA and the movie business being a ghost town. Yeah, it's all over, dude. Like, that's what I mean. This dude just went for this big drive, dude. And he's like, dude, everywhere I went, there were like vacant houses for sale. And he's like, there was nobody around. And I think you could pull that off in small town America pretty easily and have it not be so noticeable, dude. Because again, like I'm living in a pretty rural place, right? Like it's pretty quiet, dude. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know if suddenly like the population dropped a bunch. Yeah, it's just there's something weird going on, dude. That's what I guess what I'm getting at is like I'm getting a lot of weird feedback from people that aren't trying to like give me feedback for that. They're just kind of talking about what's going on and they're like, what do you think's going on, dude? Like this dude wasn't like, he doesn't know what I do. Like he doesn't know we have this going on. He was literally just like it's weird. Like, what do you think's going on, dude? And I was like, I think it's the eugenics program, full tilt, man. And he's like, really? I go, yeah, I think they're doing it, dude. I think they're doing what they've always said they were doing, dude. I was like, that's why they took down the Georgia Guidestones, dude, is so you couldn't refer to that and be like, see, they're doing their thing. I think they're doing it, dude. I think they tricked everybody with COOF. Remember in the beginning of the COOF, right? They had that whole thing where like dudes were standing and remember the dude in New York who was like riding his bike to the emergency rooms and stuff. And there were all the people filming in front of the emergency rooms and there was nobody in the hospital and all that weird stuff. And sorry about that, low power mode. And all that stuff. So it sort of made people not pay attention to it anymore, right? Like they did like right. The best way to hide something is in plain sight. Follow me for a second. The best place to hide something's in plain sight. So So the first round of it is you do the big, oh my God, the hospitals are overflowing and the whole thing, but they know people are going to go and poke around and like shoot video of it and be like, dude, there's nothing going on here. It's a scam, dude. I mean, remember they had those like hospital ships floating around and they never got used and all that weird stuff, right? Like they laid these tracks out that like it was fake. Like they were letting you know that it was a hustle, right? So move the ball forward 2 years when they need to do their big move everybody through the system. There's nobody paying attention because everybody stopped paying attention. Like there's a bunch of like there, I don't know if you guys listen to No Agenda today, but there was a pretty interesting thing like that they had of like a doctor in Australia at some doctors, like the doctors are starting to speak out, not about like the coof being a scam, but about the number of people that are checking out, right? So maybe now, because no one's paying attention, there's more people checking out than ever before, like being moved through the system, but nobody's like cares anymore. So they're getting away with it because everybody spent all their time caring in the beginning, right? Like on the front side of it, everybody's like, oh my God, dude, like, no, they're not overflowing. The dancing doctors are fake and all that kind of stuff, right? So now when they need to do it, there's nobody paying any attention and it's all understaffed, right? So you think about it, like all the hospitals and stuff and are understaffed right now because they fired all the people and blah blah blah. So the people that are working there are way overworked. They're not like paying attention either. They're just like, dude, like this is hectic, dude. I need a break, right? It's like the perfect, it's like the psychology of like, all right. So I used to have this theory once upon a time, dude. Yeah, totally gone there. Yeah. So I used to have this theory when I was a stoner, right? And you'll follow me with this. My whole theory was this. If you study stoned, you got to take the test stoned, right? Because I was like a super stoner. And I used to know people that would like, be getting stoned all week long. And then the test would come up on Friday and they wouldn't get stoned. And I would be like, why are you doing that, man? They'd be like, dude, I want to like do good on the test. I go, but you studied stoned. So you should take the test stoned. So you know what you studied stoned. And I sort of think it's like that is like, like make it look one way. So when you want to do your thing, okay, so I maybe a better way to put it is this. So you know what? So when when you start a job, right? Most people come into a job and try to do a job really well, like impressed, like they start a new job and they come in and they're like, they want to have a really good showing. So they like, they show up and they do their very best and they give like 100% and they do their thing. Right. And then like 2 weeks later, they're like not as fired up. So they look like they're not as productive or they're not like, they're not doing as good job. They're slacking off, let's say, right? But they kind of went back to their baseline. They came in hot the first couple of weeks, like all gung ho. And so the boss saw them in like their, 100% mode, but they really normally work at like an 85%. And so when they switch back to an 85%, they look like they're really like slacking and like being like slackers. So my whole theory when I would start a job right? Always show up on time. I'll say that. Always show up on time. But I would never come in at 100%. When I started a job, I would come in and like a gung-ho 85%. Like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't try to do my be the amped out guy, come in and do my stuff. So then with 2 weeks later, it didn't look like I was slacking off. It just looked like that's where I'm at. So what I'm getting at is people tend to fake them, make themselves look bad by trying too hard in the beginning. And if the gatekeepers or the evildoers or the whoever they are understand anything, they would be like, we're gonna make people think one thing so we can do another thing later. Are you following what I'm saying? I'm basically trying to say that they might have made it look a certain way at the beginning so they could get away with their ultimate plan at the end, because nobody's paying attention to that stuff anymore. Nobody's following the graphs of the death counts and stuff. And, like you were 2 years ago, everybody's just kind of okay, dude, back to business and la-di-da. And meanwhile, people just are dropping out. You wouldn't know if a bunch of people didn't show back up at, so think about it, like young people, right? Like college people. You wouldn't know if a bunch of dudes didn't show back, are gone from your college class because you didn't see anyone for 2 years. You know what I mean? It's that weird thing where there's nothing to gauge anything back because the last 2 years have just been scrambled. So you wouldn't know. I saw that thing the other day, in LA the other day. I think it was LA. They were rehiring teachers they'd fired for fake cards, right? They'd used fake cards and gotten caught and let go. And now they were making them go back to work, dude, right? And it was that's how crazy it's all been. So you wouldn't even know. I don't even think you would know if a huge chunk of your community, most people don't know who their neighbors are anyhow. So how would you know anyhow? If 10% of your little town disappeared, you would just be oh, there's not enough people to open the McDonald's, dude. But you wouldn't be where's the buck-toothed kid who's usually behind the register, dude, who lives in an apartment by himself? There's just a vacancy at the apartment. They have that kind of targeting ability, dude, of all right, we'll just, we'll get rid of all the people no one's paying attention to. And there's a lot of them, dude. There's no shortage of people that nobody's accounting for. And that sounds crazy, but I've delved into this for a lot, decades. There's huge amounts of people in our society that nobody knows about. Nobody accounts for. They just work in the back of the hotel or the back of the restaurant or wherever. They might even be a server or something. They might even be a maitre d' or a delivery guy or whatever. But at the end of the day, they just go and live. They go home and they live alone, dude. And they don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. They might have some pets, and they're just going about their their basic standard issue life, right? And no one's really paying attention to them, and they might not have they might not be all that attached to home, or anything. So they're sort of like unaccounted for. And there's probably millions of them, dude. Millions of people that fall into that sort of a reality of like no one would know whether they were there or not there. I mean, it's kind of sad when you like really think about it. Like, but you hear it like the incels and all these people that are like, you know, doing all these weird things to their bodies right now. It's like these are all people that nobody's like accounting for. Like, think about all the weirdos that are like doing the weird things to themselves right now. Like, nobody's telling them not to do it. Like, where are all the adults in the room, dude? They're not there. You know, so I think there's a huge segment of our population that like that nobody would even notice if they disappeared on like a personal level. They would just notice because there's no one to work at McDonald's or wherever, dude, right? Like, that's the only way that anyone would notice that they're not there. But they wouldn't know that they're not there on a personal level. Like, oh, where's Jim, dude? It's like, Jim just stopped showing up for work. Well, why did Jim stop showing up for work, dude? Like, nobody knows. Anyone care? Nobody cares about Jim or Susie. They're just these people, these extra people. Like when you have almost 8 billion people on the planet, supposedly, if that's even a real number, dude, like, which is, I don't know if I believe any of the numbers anymore about anything. Like, I was listening to someone trying to like convince me that like, they were like, no, there's X number of people on the planet. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, dude. And they're like, no, look at those cities. And I go, yeah, you drive around like Los Angeles. Yeah, there's a lot of people. Could you see, there's millions of them. But like, are there billions and billions of them? I don't know, dude. Maybe not. I don't know. It's like people take like the population count of the world like as fact, and then at the same time are like, well, I don't believe that they've ever been to the moon. So if you don't believe they've ever been to the moon, why would you believe there's 8 billion people on the planet when the same people that are saying that people went to the moon are the same people that are saying that there's 8 billion people on the planet, right? So I get into this whole thing of like, who knows what's going on out there, right? Like, there's like, I don't get how that. So I remember I was like, the other year when I was still living in Westlake, I was talking to there was a dude who was doing the work on the house next door, and I went and talked to him, and I was like, what's going on? He's like, dude, I've never been busier, dude. And I'm like, he's like, I don't get where the money's coming from. He's like, I don't get how people are paying for this. And that's when like building materials were at a premium, dude, like a year ago, right? Like beyond expensive to like do a remodel or something. He's like, I don't get where all the money's coming from, man. And he's like, I don't get how, like, he was talking about how he couldn't get anyone to work for him. And he's like, I don't get how people are paying. He's like, I don't get how anybody's doing any of this and not going to work and the whole thing. And it was like, that was like the other year, he was like, there's no one around, dude. And so move the ball forward. And people, like, I was listening to these dudes tonight talk, and they like that I was at this meeting with, and they were like, I thought when there was going to be less people, that everything would be cheaper. I go, no, it's the exact opposite. There's not enough. Like, one of the proofs that the people are disappearing is how expensive everything's getting, because of all the issues with getting stuff made and delivered, and like, I don't know, dude. Like, I know I'm getting a little bit tinfoily, dude. But I think there's something else going on here. I think they got us completely distracted right now, and we're not really paying attention to what's really going on. Like, something tells me there's something way bigger going on right now, and we're not getting the clues, because like, we kind of don't need to. Like, if you're awake, right? If you're a diamond soul and you're awake and you've like gotten yourself out of the way of the machine ain't looking for you, dude. The machine ain't bugging you, but you're not really living amongst the people that the machine would be looking for, right? And so, you know, like, you look at like all those, the dudes that, you know, the people that are like all about the useless eaters, right? Like, the useless eaters are taking up too much space on the planet, type of thing. Like, so the useless eaters are being all scooped up, but I don't live around useless eaters, dude, right? Like, I don't know what I'm getting at, dude. I just think that it seems kind of reasonable that there's something going on that's like happening in front of our very eyes, but we just don't have the ability to see it, because it's based upon something we've never really like looked at. Too much lizard, dude. Like, like, that's where what I'm kind of getting at is, we might not have the ability to see it because we've been so desensitized to people. Stick with me for a second. So, like, think about it. We've been so desensitized to people. Like, there's just people everywhere. They're like doing what people do. They're not. I'm missing. I'm missing a brick. Shoot straw. This went somewhere. Darn. Backtrack here for a second. Got that one. I gotta find this piece. Wait one. So I put a piece in the wrong spot. Farmer Town. Bear with me 1 second. There it is. No. That's the one I'm building right now. Missing a piece. I gotta move past it. I can't find this piece. Maybe I dropped it. Just gotta regroup. Hold on. Why can't I find this one piece? Huh. Make any sense? I can't finish it if I can't finish it, man. You feeling that? Feeling what I'm saying there? All righty. Huh. This is troubling me. Missing this piece, man. I don't quite understand. I don't quite understand. Well, I do not quite understand where this piece went. Oops. Hold on. I'm a little bit lost. I'm fully like focused, like lost it. And I was mid alien too. Mid lizard. I was mid lizarding. Mid lizard malfunction. Uh-oh. I got like extra parts that are wrong. I don't get it, dude. How could I have one of those? Oh, that's right there. Oh no, man. Oh man. Okay. Bear with me, my OCD is taking over. What is going on here? I've fully sprung a leak. It's this piece, man. Yeah, we need to get Jordan on the thing. Yeah, Jordan's been a little bit MIA, dude. I'm giving him his space, man. We've been texting a little bit, dude. We do need some Sunday night Jordan. Kind of blowing it, dude. Where is this piece supposed to be, dude? Getting super frustrated. can't find it, man. There's no way they gave me the wrong piece. Not believing it that they would. Well, I'm about to just put it on because I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I suddenly hit the wall, man. Where is this piece going, dude? Well, that's it. I think that's the official end of the build. I don't know why that's there, but it is now. I don't think it matters. It's just some sort of tool shack. Some tool shacking going on. And that's it. Mos Eisley Cantina finished. Completed. Terminado. Nada más. That's all she wrote. And this this connects to the back of that. Well, we did it. Yeah. You got me, and I got to start going with stop going on about the nukes. Stop saying there's no nukes, but there aren't. I don't know where this piece would have been, dude. It's kind of bums me out. I got this random piece there that's not supposed to be there, but does it kill the vibe? Not really. There it is, the final piece. There it is. Boom. It's finished. Did it. Mos Eisley Cantina into the collection it goes. Into it. I started it with the long hair, ended it with the short hair. We started this one months ago, but that was, remember Al, when we started, it was when we first moved here. Al had that crazy meltdown. Or he went fully off the deep end. I mean, this is the whole, it's supposed to be this whole, like, it's like the whole town. It's like the whole city right there. Pretty big set, man. I'll give it that. If there were nukes, the aliens won't let them drop. Tinfoil hat off, dude. It's a huge set, dude. It's a rad set. It's a good set. It's a very well built set. It's very nice. I approve. I like all the doors. It's got all these doors all over the place. Doors are cool. There's one there too. All the roofs come off, so you got access to play. Playability is a plus. It's got all the liftable roofs. Right there, all the domes. It's domey. It's got the dewback, the two spaceships. It's a big set, man. I'm glad I got it when I did, dude. It went up $50 or something, dude, on lego.com, dude. Well, So we got smash that like button. We're going to be back with some new sets. Did anyone guess what the one that was sent to me by an anonymous viewer was? It's pretty rad. Think archaeology, dude. History. A good set. Much anticipated one. I'm going to get in on it. Fired up. But that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for clicking bricks and listen to me like tinfoil hat and a little bit of lizard leakage and checking in, and subscribe, like, play the list. We're getting our hours up, and we're cruising on in, dude. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight while we click the bricks. While we click the bricks on Spaceship Earth, we're building a better planet one brick at a time. Julie, have a beautiful time in Berlin. Everybody, the Acropolis, dude. The mud flood set, dude. Adios. Stay blessed, stay beautiful. Have a beautiful day in Ireland, Dazzler. All right, everybody, take it easy.